is up, my Sabronis, my raviolis, my CamDog onis? What's the like Italian dessert that my wife cannolis? What is up, my Sabroni? What is up, my Sabronis, my cannolis, my raviolis, CamDog olis? This is the Sabo Standard Podcast featuring my buddy Scott. I am Mr. Sabo, and this is Mr. CamDog. And we are a sports podcast that talks sports, including the Super Bowl. And now that sports are almost over in the realm of football, or they are over in the realm of football, we are a sports show that's got to fill some time for the next 6 months about basketball and pickleball and everything else in between.
Yeah, let's just be real clear. It's not just sports. There's a lot of stupid stuff and jokes and dumb impressions and irregularities, behavioral irregularities that occur on this show.
Luckily, we talk all sports.
Mostly for me.
We talk all sports other than soccer and hockey and lacrosse and tennis and bicycling and bowling and juggling and cricket and badminton and ice skating.
Listen,
and curling.
If you want to grow this in India, we've got to start talking about cricket.
We talk all sports, pretty much football and basketball. And pickleball. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I just got done playing tonight.
This is a sports show. It's a sports show. No, football's over. Football is over for the season.
I know.
The Super Bowl obviously was last night, and we'll get into the nuances of the Super Bowl.
Was?
I posted on Facebook. I thought I posted gold on Facebook. I was like, this is gold. 2 likes and 2 comments later after 24 hours. I said Super Bowl, more like SupTURD bowl. Yeah.
That's because no one thought it was funny.
I did. I thought it was hilarious. That was good. Yeah.
That was you.
Yep. Yeah. So.
But no doubt it was a SupTURD bowl. The turd of soup.
So we'll talk about the turd bowl in a second. How was your weekend? Since the last time we've talked, how was life?
Man, actually, this last weekend, I had a friend of mine who got married to another friend of mine, and I played the music at their wedding, and then I did the entertainment for their wedding.
That's why you were there, because they're like, hey, friend, we need you to. Just kidding. 2 friends. I'm just happy for you.
Yeah, it's 2 friends, kind of like your 2 likes and comments. But the thing is, zing, zang, 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 zang. Anyways, but that was good. And then yesterday, and you know what? This is what adulting is. You know what I mean? Like, I was so tired. I had a long day Saturday, all that stuff. I get home and I'm like, man, I'm still kind of hungry. I kind of want some Chipotle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, but it was dark, it was cold, and I still had to go to Kroger. I'm like, man, because Kroger has a sweet deal right now. Buy 2, get 3.
You get 3 on pop. Yeah.
Oh. So anyways.
10 cases yesterday.
10 cases. Yeah, I mean, it's the best $50 you spend, right? So I'm like, daggone it. And so I'm like, the only motivating factor, because I was cold, I was tired, I didn't want, but I really want Chipotle. So I went out at 9:00 at night to the store, not only for a store, but to get myself some Chipotle. Mm-hmm. Just so I could sit around, watch Ohio State get bent over and spanked like a little girl by the Michigan Wolverines Sunday, fall asleep, get up, do some work around the house, move some snow with the mower and shovel, and then I watched the SupTURD bowl.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Other than that, it was a great weekend. What about you?
Sunday was a long day in my life. What happened on Saturday? I don't even remember Saturday. Saturday was too long ago. Sunday is a day for my wife to work. God rested on the 7th day, and my wife works on the 7th day. And so it's me and the boy. Usually me, my young guy, my little guy, my almost 2-year-old little guy. He doesn't nap on his own usually pretty well. Or he does nap on his own, but you gotta kind of lay with him. So we're coming home from Kroger. Start of a great day. I'm going to Kroger. Buy 2, get 3 on pop. I mean, does it get any better than that? So we're driving home. He falls asleep in the car. Usually that's a good sign. He falls asleep in the car, transfers really well to his bed. I'm going to have 2 hours to get some stuff done before the Super Bowl, before the camaraderie starts, right? So I get him inside. He wakes back up, but we take his jacket off. He's usually pretty good. He reaches up. I bring him to his bed, lay down, and he just kind of like, he's up. It's like, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm like, hey, you're not feeling good. You just slept for 10 minutes. Time to sleep, okay? And so he kind of gets upset, and I'm kind of, the game we play is usually turns into this. Grayson, if you don't lay down, I'm gonna leave. And I'd say usually, I'm sorry, Dad, my bad. And so if he doesn't, then I get up and I stick my word. I leave for a little bit. He goes to the door. He doesn't like that, blah blah. So I get in there. Hey, I'm gonna give you one more chance. So while we're laying down, he's moving around like he's kicking me in the face. So I got my glasses on. Take my glasses off. I put him behind me. Finally, calms down enough. Is asleep. I'm getting up to go, roll over, and all you hear is it's like if I took my bone in my arm and just snapped it. Just the loudest crack ever. And I'm like, what? What was that? My glasses. Snapped my glasses in half. So I break my glasses. That wakes him up. He's crying. Doesn't go back to sleep. So he has a 10-minute nap yesterday. Broken glasses. Today, took a personal day at work. Took a day off. Went to Kalahari with the fam, with my mom's side. Great day. My eyes hurt beyond all can be. I can't. And for everybody that does knows me, I've always said I had 20/20 vision. I can read things fine. Letters are I thought they were fine to me. It's not blurry, but what I've learned over the last 2 years is I've worn glasses that my eyes, they really just they help me focus. And letters aren't blurry, but my eyes they strain so much. And so today, without wearing my glasses, the strain has been insane. Insane.
Are you talking about pooping, or are you talking about the eyes thing?
My eye strain has just been insane. So my eyes are on fire.
Did you feel like his eyes are on fire? Did you ever? Are you talking about on My Girl with Macaulay Culkin when he dies at the end, and she's like, he doesn't have his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Oh, yeah. That's like every girl's sappy movie. They're like, oh. It makes my heart when he
I'm the type of guy that's like I can't hear my glasses off. Give me my glasses, I can't hear.
Can't see without his glasses.
They've changed my life. Glasses have, and so
we just lost every female that ever watched this show now. By the way,
we had none. We don't have anybody that watches the show anyway, male or female. So
we're like a Jimmy Dean sausage fest. Great, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, so it's a long day, but we'll survive at work tomorrow. I got an appointment afterwards. Hopefully get some glasses. But work is going to be hard because I won't have my glasses to just – but we're learning about free fall. Teaching free fall tomorrow, so.
Ooh, negative 9.8 meters per second squared is the acceleration due to gravity.
Yeah, any kid that watched before Wednesday.
Actually, it's 9.8. The negative is – never mind. I'm sorry. Yeah. The negative is the upward thrust. My bad.
Yeah. Any kid that watched this before Wednesday's lesson, when I got an observation on Wednesday. So I'm going to be up on the table dropping paper and crumble up paper and stuff. They love that. And which one falls faster? They both fall the same rate, guys. So you watch this beforehand. You listen beforehand. You know the answer to the big old question on Wednesday. You look like a genius.
What about fluid friction?
I'm the type of guy I tell kids hey, when there's a principal in here, all right, if you know the right answer, raise your right hand. If you don't know the right answer, raise your left hand. Engagement's off the charts.
Oh, hey, listen, that sounds like a skilled, maybe even an accomplished task.
You know why?
You have indoctrinated them.
That is called building relationships.
That's right.
We have just transitioned from a sports podcast into a education podcast.
Absolutely.
But bigger than education is relationships. And so this is now a relationship podcast.
Shut up and let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Okay. SupTURD Bowl. In all reality, okay, I think that we had such a bad Super Bowl last year, right? And I said this last week when Dylan joined us. I said
Yeah.
how we really needed a good Super Bowl, and the defensive battle in the first quarter and the first half I can live with a little bit. The Patriots had 0 points through 4 quarters, or through third quarters. They finally scored in the fourth.
Yeah. Might as
It
well
just
been 4.
it was just not one that felt like. At no point in time when Seattle had 9 points did you really think like the New England had any chance. And there was
It was
one
done.
moment where Patriots scored a touchdown, finally scored a touchdown, 16-0, and then or at that point maybe it was I don't know. They finally scored a touchdown. Patriots did, and then it was like, okay, if you get stop here, you score again, then it's 19-14 or 22-14, whatever it is. You have an opportunity, and they didn't. And at no point did it ever feel like, hey, this is a great game. And it felt like it done. Now, with that being said, Seattle dominated them. Seattle was great on all fronts. The run game, Kenneth Walker deserved the MVP.
Yeah.
I honestly think he should got runner up of the MVP, but he played well. I mean, he had multiple rushes of 20 plus yards, caught balls out of the backfield, and got some good yards with it. He gave a lot of momentum to the Seattle's offense a lot of times. Sam Darnold didn't play great, but he didn't turn the ball over. He did his job. He protected the football. He had an opportunity. It was probably their third or fourth drive. They were kind of backed up in New England's territory, or in their own territory, I mean. And JSN was kind of going down that opposite side hash, and he just overthrew him. And that's a 75-yard, 80-yard touchdown right there that really would have blown it open, I think. Just could not get the ball to his receivers a lot. Cooper Kupp had 7, 8 catches.
It was almost like JSN. I felt like he didn't try for it, and it was just like it was right there. I'm like, and you see that so many times, especially when the ball's lofted. I'm like, you're paid millions of dollars to run down and at least dive, and he missed him by like 3 feet. And I'm like, really? That's whatever. Let's start talking from the very beginning.
Okay.
Let's start talking from the very beginning. Okay. So, right from the get-go, I was not surprised to see the defensive line dominate the way that they did. And I thought it might happen, but what we saw come to fruition was that defensive line. Both teams were selling out on just trying to distract the quarterback.
Blitzes was awesome. If you're a defensive coach, like you love that unique blitzing that both teams are doing.
Correct.
I mean, Seattle had 5 sacks and they're rushing 4 guys the entire time.
Yeah. In the zone, the defense that Seattle ran yesterday reminded me a lot of how Indiana was running. With 4, maybe an occasional blitzer, but just that stifling zone defense, and did not give the quarterback their time to make plays. And it was really hard to enjoy the game because you could tell neither quarterback is elite. And it just made for a really boring game. And both teams had the exact same strategies. It's just Seattle had a slightly better advantage because they could kind of run the ball. And Sam Darnold had a little bit more time. That's the difference.
Yeah, I think that Drake Maye did not play a good game. He did not play the MVP runner-up that he played all season. He overthrew a lot of balls. He just threw some ducks in the air, it felt like a few times. He also had no time. And I guess I was a little blind to it when they talked about like the left side of his line and how many times he got sacked this postseason. It just felt like Seattle was in his face every single time. But the one thing that Drake Maye has done well all year is when the pocket does collapse, he's able to expand plays with his feet.
Right.
And he did that a few times. There was a big second 20 that he got back to like 3rd and 9. But he just didn't do that enough to be able to give the Patriots any momentum.
It's hard to get long runs on that zone.
Yeah.
But
and within that same token too, like Sam Darnold though, he was able to do just enough. Like he had he had a few scrambles that just got the first downs, but he did it. He got the first downs and not just back, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards on a second 20. He was able to really extend plays. But he too he had, like I said, the JSN one overthrew some bad balls, but he had the run game with Kenneth Walker, unlike
Right.
Ramondre and Travion. Travion did get some touches. I mean,
A
he has a
couple.
catch out of the backfield. We talked about that last week. We said that he had to be a guy that was able to extend the field a little bit.
Yes.
Problem is that nobody else for New England was able to extend the field at all other than him.
Correct. And
And not
that's
that
the
he
thing.
did much. Like, I mean, he finished with
Right.
40
Right. But the big thing is New England was not as committed nor able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're putting all that pressure on Drake Maye. And you saw yesterday that he's just not ready. And maybe the skill set is there, but you saw how, because he got hit early and so often, by the time the fourth quarter, when they had a moderate attempt to make it a game, he was missing throws. There was one that sticks out to me. I don't remember who the back was. It might have been Henderson. He just came up and did a little sit and in route, and the wide receiver might have been JSN or not JSN. I can't remember who the receiver was, but he just laying a real little out. That's all it was, and it was just a horrible throw because and you saw it because May looked over to the right, and there is a defensive lineman bearing down on him, and then he gets blocked. But then he still looks over here and he just completely misses the throw. He was affected and he was just scared to death. And by the time that fourth quarter, he was done. The game was done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. It just sucked.
Yeah. Like I said, it got to 19-7 at one point. And if New England would have got a stop and scored, make it 19-14, it would have felt like a game. Instead, Seattle gets the ball back and they end up kicking another field goal, and it just makes it 22-7. And then the interception return. You're right. It was a boring game, and it wasn't. And here's the thing: I love if it's two great defenses making great defensive plays over and over, and that sets a tone. It's hard mouth defense. But this was just like it was good defense. Don't get me wrong. That's why obviously they're so scoring, but there wasn't enough. It wasn't suffocating defense. It was the offense isn't good enough to overcome a good defense.
Correct.
And even for Seattle,
the court, you could tell the quarterback play was not elite.
Yes, right. And even for Seattle, the difference is that their kicker was. I mean, he had 5 field goals. Jason Myers is who people are saying should have been the MVP. If I had to vote on MVP, I would have gone with whoever. Gosh, what's his name? Hold on, sorry, I'm looking it up.
The kicker?
No,
he beat him by himself.
I know, not Myers. Michael Dixon, the punter. He
had some great punts, man.
How many times did New England start within the 10-yard line? I think
Seattle
it was for their own
3 inside, maybe 3 inside the 10 and 2 inside the 5.
And so when you flip position that much and then Seattle gets the ball back, and in the NFL, if you get a good punt, you only need 20 yards to be in field goal range. And for Myers last night, it felt like he could hit kicks from 60. I mean, you could almost put those two as the MVP over Kenneth Walker. Now, Kenneth Walker, he set the tone. He was the offense. He was the trendsetter with that offense. Collinsworth last night made a comment about how it was one of the runs in the fourth quarter, and you saw Kenneth Walker get it, and he hopped, and then hit the hole on his own run. And he's like, Le'Veon Bell he's sitting there smiling right now, and that was always like Le'Veon Bell. He was such a patient runner, and we have high school kids that try to do that sometimes. Like they want to hop, and then go, and it's like, man, you guys don't have that skill. Like Le'Veon Bell and Kenneth Walker last night, it literally was there. And mean, it's beautiful football, and that's why Kenneth Walker got it. But you could have gave it to Myers, you could have gave it to Dixon, because both those dudes.
People misunderstand the hopping. They think the hopping it's to buy time. Mm-hmm. The hopping method is not to buy time. It's actually to discern explosivity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's the thing. High school kids don't understand. When you're hopping, you're not hopping to buy time. you're discerning when to explode through a hole, and so that's why it doesn't really work out for a lot. But yeah, he's a very patient runner, and it's really funny because he was kind of like that in college, and he wasn't really a huge pick in the NFL draft and all that stuff. But for that offense,
second or third round,
yeah. So he's been a great pick for that team, and boy, I tell
he's
you
been
what,
the number one guy since he's been there. But when they had Charbonnet,
right.
it was always like sometimes you just get too much of 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
and for him, Charbonnet got hurt going to the playoffs. Kenneth Walker couldn't have done that all season. But man, for this 4-game run, when you look back at what Seattle did for the whole postseason, or sorry, 3-game run because they had the bye, that 3 games, like he really was. Him and Rashid Shaheed set the tone because Rashid Shaheed is just so explosive in the return game. And you saw even yesterday they tried to take a big shot to him early on. Rashid Shaheed just has that speed to be able to he's like a match. Like you pour some gasoline on and and he just goes. And then Kenneth, right. Just the ability to be that patient runner, like you said, and why it works for him so well, and his explosiveness when it's finally there. I mean, he deserves a lot of credit. But again, if you argued Myers or Dixon, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, by the way, you know who the Seattle special teams coach is, right?
Mm-mm.
It's a Harbaugh.
No, it's not. It's not. You surely can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. I'm pretty sure because they pulled him in. They're talking about him before the onside kick. They're like, "There's Harbaugh, and he's the son of Jim or something." Is like, and then they showed a picture of Jim, John, the dad, and this kid, and it made me want to vomit.
It's Jay Harbaugh. The son of Jim, the nephew of John, the grandson of Jack.
So, anyway, he probably eats his boogers and catches footballs without shirts on.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody. So, anyways, but I have to say, you're right. The special teams did a great job. I think that was the big difference in the end because the defenses, Seattle just played a better defense, a more suffocating defense, and Seattle had they were more dedicated to the running game. Mm-hmm. And you throw that in with special teams, they executed the points they had to get, and it made it a non-game. Drake Maye, and I think I texted you this last night. I said, Drake Maye reminds me of a right-handed Dylan Gabriel.
You were real down on him yesterday. I mean, he did finish 295 yards.
You could tell
he did kind of finally throw the ball. Like he threw it so much that the yards didn't rack up. But if you watched him all season, he did not play that. He just in the biggest moment, he laid a turd, and he laid a big fat turd around the floor.
Big fat turd.
He asked Vrabel to, coach, can you come pick up my turds, please?
But what a weird. What's wrong with you? But the big thing,
you ain't never been in a locker room then.
Here's the thing, his deep ball, even they weren't even like a parabolic trajectory. It was like it's like a weird parabola. They were just so bad.
The one on the pick, Matt Collins, the deep ball that he tried to throw Matt Collins in triple coverage. That ball went like.
Oh, dude!
And it was like
it was hard to watch.
A punt.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. Yeah. It was hard to watch, and that's the thing. He's only a second-year player. He might come out of this fine, but I'm telling you, it just looked like yesterday. He looked like a right-handed Dylan Gabriel, low arm strength, couldn't throw the ball past 10 yards, predictable, short. It did not look good.
Yeah, if you're a Patriots fan, you leave this game thinking man, do we ever get back here? Do we ever get this opportunity again to get in a Super Bowl with this team, with Drake Maye, with Vrabel? And then you look at the schedule that they had this year, and you're like, you really do realize like how easy of a schedule it was.
Yeah.
Whereas over the last few weeks, you're just like, hey, you play who is in front of you, and you earn this opportunity. And then if you're a Seattle, and first off, with Patriots fans, there's no woe is me. There is no I feel bad for you. You have 6 Super Bowls since the year 2000. Like no one has any sympathy for you. You're 6-6 in the Super Bowls. Like they have lost 6 times and they have been there 6 times. Like or been there 12. They are 6-6. Like no one feels bad for you getting an opportunity to win another one.
Yeah, and in the week schedule was low lying fruit. They only had 2 good wins. Okay, Bills and Ravens, quality wins. It's low lying fruit, and it's easy to pick on that. My thing is when you look at the easy, but they won the games that they had to win, and they're supposed to win, and that doesn't always happen in the NFL. So they did do that. My problem is you look at they beat the Chargers, albeit whatever, but then they beat the Texans not convincingly after a record-setting dump crap fest by Texans. And turnovers and the interceptions and C.J. Stroud pooping his pants. And they barely won that game. Not convincingly. And then they went to Denver, and Denver didn't even have a freaking quarterback and held on to win. If not for a crappy turnover by the quarterback, it might have been a different game.
Yeah.
So the Patriots, I don't want to say they're the worst team to get there, but Super Bowl 24 was the biggest blowout. That was the Broncos 49ers. Now, granted, the 49ers team was unbelievable. Joe Montana, 5 touchdown passes, I think, in that game. They're just unbelievable. That was in Louisiana. Unbelievable team. Denver probably shouldn't have won and been in there. They beat the Browns to get in there. That's the reign of terror, starting with the fumble and all that stuff, those few years. And that's why, everyone hates the Broncos up here in Ohio. But so I don't want to say they're the worst team to get to the Super Bowl because their defense is pretty solid. But that was a really hard offense to watch. I would say that might be a top 3 worst offensive team I've seen in a Super Bowl. I'll say that.
Yeah, I think that if you play that game 10 times, Seattle wins all 10.
Absolutely.
There's not a scenario to where I think that New England team can beat Seattle. Okay, obviously in the NFL, I'll give them 1. But yeah,
out of 100.
Out of 10, I'll give 1 out of 10 in this NFL in the NFL today and everything. But yeah, and again, that's without Seattle playing overly explosive and doing what they had done all season and using JSN as their primary target. It's a bad taste, and maybe in a few years you look back and you're like, maybe that wasn't as bad as the New England team as we want to act like or make it seem like. Again, you played who was in front of you. You beat who was in front of you. They went 14-3, and that's not a fluky thing that happens. It's not fluky that happens in the NFL. And then you get 14-3. You could be a 14-3 team and go lose in the first round. Happened to the Ravens a few years ago with Lamar, and they lost the Titans in the first round. To Vrabel and the Titans in the first round.
But again, they won the games they had to win. Mm-hmm. But if you go right back to what the game we talked to, where the Bills got screwed. And everyone knows the Bills got screwed. The Bills on. They beat. Yeah, they would beat the Patriots, and I think we would have had a better Super Bowl.
Oh man, like Bills.
Everyone knows
Seahawks
that.
Super Bowl. Looking back at it, a Bills Seahawks Super Bowl would have been the greatest Super Bowl. I that would have been a dream matchup. Like Josh Allen versus that Seattle offense and everything. Like that would have been great. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
And I go back to it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just feel like it was not so you asked the questions. Will the Patriots ever get back to a Super Bowl? Will the Patriots ever have that easy of a schedule and actually win all those games like that again? I don't know.
This is what the Patriots need. Drake Maye, he obviously, like, you're right. He's a second-year guy who played really well in the regular season, threw a lot of touchdowns, threw a lot of yards, was efficient, was effective with his feet. at the end of the day, he did that without an elite playmaker, right? Like Ramondre had the fumble stuff early on. Travion was kind of explosive as a rookie, and then Ramondre ended up being the lead running back. Stephon Diggs and Mac Hollins and Hunter Henry and Douglas and Booty and all those guys, like they're fine, but none of them are elite playmakers. And if you give that to Drake Maye and you give him an offensive line, yeah, the Patriots can get back, because I do think Drake Maye is a good enough player, a good enough quarterback. He showed it this year that's something that can get done. I just don't think they go back to it and they win that many games without guys on the offensive side of the ball that can be elite. Vrabel will have his defense be okay.
And now a word from Joe Biden. They won't get there. They were bad teams. They didn't deserve to be there. They were bad. Bad teams.
Are you done yet?
Awful.
Are you done yet?
They were bad. They're bad teams.
The one more thing with the Super Bowl that I want to talk about is Sam Darnold. If you're Sam Darnold, man, a few years ago, the Jets cast you off to Carolina. The Carolina years were ugly. And then he spends a year in San Francisco with Shanahan. And then last year goes to Minnesota. Obviously, they go 14-3. They lose in the playoffs. And it was kind of like, great regular season quarterback or great regular season, but nothing in the playoffs. And then he leaves and goes to Seattle. He is the second player in NFL history to win 14 games in back-to-back seasons. And he follows that up with going to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl. And I don't care how we can talk about how much last night he wasn't the best player. He didn't need to do what he did what he needed to do, and he won that game. And he is Sam Darnold in a draft class that has Baker Mayfield, who had one of the best rookie seasons of all time, who plays well in Tampa Bay, and obviously, his journey to get to Tampa Bay, he got screwed in Cleveland, however you want to admit it. Josh Rosen was a bust, but you have also Josh Allen, who is top 3 quarterback in the league every single year, the best player in the last 2 years, MVP last year, and Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. And Sam Darnold is a champion above all those guys. And good for Sam Darnold. I've not always been the biggest Sam Darnold guy, but you know why he won a Super Bowl? Because on Christmas episode, we talked about what he needed from Santa Claus this year, and Santa Claus delivered. He gave Sam Darnold some night vision goggles, and Sam Darnold went out there and he took those night vision goggles and he won a Super Bowl. And Sam Darnold now is Super Bowl champion. It's the greatest underdog story in NFL history. It's a greater story than Kurt Warner bagging groceries.
Santa came to town. Do you realize how big that is? Santa came to town.
I don't think you're Joe Biden. If I close my eyes, I wouldn't think you're Joe Biden.
Santa came.
Yeah,
he conquered. Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl.
It is the greatest. It's the greatest comeback story in NFL history, and that's revisionist history.
Good for him. And again, think about all the great USC quarterbacks, and he's the first one to ever win. How many Heisman trophies, and no one ever won a daggone Super Bowl. And him, of all the people, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
wild. And that's I think that's a cool talking point. But we were talking about. I think I texted you this earlier because I looked this up. How hard is it to win a Super Bowl? How hard is it to win a Super Bowl? Because we always talk about Sam Darnold's this, Sam Darnold's this, Sam Darnold is not this, he is not that. Blah 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 blah. Here's the facts: 5 quarterbacks account for a third of the Super Bowl victories. Who are they? Who are they?
Brady, Montana, Bradshaw. Those guys have 6, 5, and 4. One
of them's a sportscaster right now.
Okay, Aikman does he have 3 or 4? Okay, 3. And then hold on, don't say it. Favre has 2. Elway has 2. Favre only has 1, right?
Yeah, 2. Yeah, but who has? Come on, man, you should know this.
Elway 2, Roethlisberger 2, Eli 2.
How are you missing this? It's
I don't know. Oh, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think about. So when you have 5 quarterbacks have 21 of the Super Bowl titles, and think of all those names, right? Brady, Mahomes. Think about those names. That's the recent ones, you know. So to win a
Yeah.
Super Bowl as a quarterback is really difficult to do,
Hmm.
especially with the dynasties that have existed in the 70s and today. That's really incredible. And
And
so
that's why like a guy like Josh
it's good for
Allen,
him,
who,
man.
yeah, no, that's why like a guy like Josh Allen, who everybody says this was your year. The Bengals, or not the Bengals, the Ravens are down. Joe Burrow's not in the playoffs. Mahomes isn't there. Josh Allen, this was your year to cement your legacy. And instead, Sam Darnold, the castaway from the Jets, who took Zach Wilson as their franchise quarterback over him. Yeah, it took the journey, took a while to get there, but there was, and I was on the offseason. If you would have said like the Steelers can sign Sam Darnold this offseason, I would have been like, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust it, even with what I saw last year. And obviously he goes to Seattle. They replaced Geno Smith with him, and he elevated that team, and they got rid of Metcalf, and it was him and JSN and Myers and Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet and Cooper Kupp goes, and he gets his second Super Bowl. And it was a great offense, and it was a really good defense, and
Now,
they played
keep in
well, and
mind,
they earned.
I would not want Sam Darnold if I were you on the Steelers. I wouldn't want him on the Packers. I think he just fit very well into the system. He
Yeah,
got
yeah.
hot in the right place, the right time, with the right defense, and he managed the game well enough. And he did what he had to do.
The
Um,
Super Bowl was 2 weeks ago
you
in the
know,
NFC
but he
Championship
still
game.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he still did it, and he still won it. Good for him. No one was expecting Sam Darnold to do anything. Now, does that mean, like, you look at the Browns, like, should they hold on to Shador Sanders? Well, let him develop. Listen, a lot of these quarterbacks that we're seeing succeed, a la Darnold, a la Mayfield, they're journeymen, right?
Mhm.
And you learn a lot of stuff from being a journeyman. You learn a lot from failure. And so the whole thing of like, well, we don't want to kick, Shador Sanders out so quickly because look what happened to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield because he was an idiot, because he did not perform well. And then so he had to grow up, he had to learn, and he had to mature and become a better leader. And that's why he is the player he is.
You
And I
forget with
think
Baker Mayfield too.
Darnold's the
In
same way.
college, he was an unranked guy out of college who went to Texas A&M and then was a walk on at Oklahoma that had to earn a spot, became a Heisman winner, and
Yeah.
became and earned the first overall pick. He's 6 foot tall. As much as I want to hate Baker Mayfield for his Oklahoma days and the playing the flag in Columbus and being a Browns guy, like his journey, yeah, he's had a great journey. Think about Brady. Like Brady was a 6th-round pick who had two Division I offers, and one happened to be from the team out north. And he goes and he takes his time to. And in college football right now, with coaches especially, in the NFL with quarterbacks, it is too quick of like we want results now, and there's no ability
Right.
to let people grow and make mistakes and learn. And we work in the business of like, hey, mistakes are going to happen. You need to be able to learn, and we allow that. We see it, we understand it. We don't allow that to happen, and with coaches and with quarterbacks anymore. And Seattle took that gamble, and because of that, they're Super Bowl champs. Because Geno Smith does not do this for them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, but
So,
and that's the thing. I think there's a lot of intangibles. I
mhm.
don't think it was Sam Darnold's athletic prowess that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think it was his leadership. I think it
Hmm.
was the intangibles. I think it was him being a good person. All those things. And the funny thing is, they still matter. They still matter. The game of
You,
the NFL has changed, and that stuff has become important again. Good for him.
Justin Jefferson, during the week said something about like how he was so disappointed about Sam Darnold leaving, and everything about Sam Darnold is just more and more this week was like, hey, he's the greatest teammate. He's the nicest teammate I've ever had, and he just wants. He's genuinely a good guy who goes and works hard. I'm a Sam Darnold fan. I am. I'm happy for him now. Like I wasn't. I'm saying I am now after this run for him. I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
And he forever is a Super Bowl champion.
correct. And good for
Yep.
him. And I've no, who cares? His dad's a Marlboro man, But he's a handsome man as well. Anyways,
well, the best thing about Sam Darnold, real quick, it's his uncle. Do you see this? Sam Darnold's uncle.
no.
Sam Darnold's got an uncle. Guess what his name was? Dick
Uh,
Hammer. Dick Hammer.
he was the Marlboro man, wasn't he? Yeah, that was. Maybe it was his dad or his uncle.
Yeah.
Dick Hammer.
Richard Hammer. Dick Hammer. Yeah.
Dick Hammer.
Yeah. Hey, who wins the Super Bowl next year?
Wasn't he in some of your favorite movies growing up?
Yeah. It says he was an actor. It says athlete, firefighter, and actor. You're right. He was the Marlboro Man. That was okay. I got you.
He was an actor.
He was the Marlboro Man.
We love Dick Hammer.
Okay, who's winning the Super Bowl next year? Super Bowl 61 prediction right now. Plant the seed, grow it all off.
That's a hard ask. Could the Seahawks replicate this again?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
As much as we just talked all this hype about them, I don't think so. The last time that Los Angeles that SoFi hosted, the Rams won in SoFi.
There's so many unknowns. You talk about free agents, trades, the draft, all sorts of things. Boy, that's a hard question. Who do I think is set up?
It's February 9th. The Super Bowl is in over 365 days. Next year's Super Bowl is February 14th. You have the Super Bowl is in 370 days from now, okay? Pick a darn team. Make a crystal ball. Come on.
Okay.
And I ain't talking about the Miami head coach.
Depending on how the draft goes, depending on the draft, and if there's some trades, I saw Crosby's being thrown out there as a trade. Just listen. Crosby's been thrown out there as a trade option from the Raiders. If the Bengals could pick him up, listen, I'm telling you, I could see if everyone stayed healthy. I think if the Bengals drafted well, they could potentially get hot. I can see them getting hot. They have everything on offense. Their defense is, but a couple draft picks, a couple trades, that can change that. They've already done it once before. But the problem is Burrow gets hurt a lot. Burrow needs to get out of Cincinnati. I know my daughter loves Joey B, but he needs to get out of Cincinnati.
Minnesota.
I'm telling you, I think that'd be tough too. I'm telling you, this sounds absolutely wildly crazy. What if the Seattle Seahawks got Joe Burrow?
I don't see them moving on from Sam Darnold.
I know, dude. Can you imagine? We
can play the what
incredible...
if.
I know.
What if the Pittsburgh Steelers went and got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase?
They're not going to get Joe Burrow. They're not going to get
Brady and Sean McVay and Max Crosby and Myles Garrett.
But Joe Burrow needs to get out of Cincinnati. It's a bad situation. But if this next year, depending on if they make some good moves defensively, they would have the tools if they were healthy to make a good run. I could see it.
If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle. I mean, come on now. We can play this if game all we want.
well, you asked, and I think the Rams are good, and I think the Seahawks are good. But if you're asking who do I think has the capability, there's a lot of what ifs. That's the NFL, and that's my answer. Yeah. The Bengals, if they make the right moves.
My Super Bowl prediction right now, I'm going to go Rams Chiefs. Rams get it done.
But see, that's the thing. Chiefs have to make a lot of moves too.
Absolutely. I believe that they will. They're always aggressive. Bieniemy is back, and the offense under him worked really well. And this is my belief that Mahomes will be back week one healthy and back to Mahomes. So Yeah. Rams, Chiefs. Mark it down right now. Put it in the envelope for 370 days from now, and we're gonna watch Super Bowl 61 in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium. The Rams, the Chiefs, Super Bowl.
Gross.
I listen. I want to talk about the halftime show, but I don't want to because I'm not a political guy, and the politics of it all has it, honestly it's
soured
upset me. It's upset me. And I just wish that without politics out of it, I just wish that if you didn't like something and you didn't want to watch it, you turn it off, or you go out and sit in your hot tub, or you do something else during that time. You go to the bathroom, you take down your trash. It doesn't have to be, I'm watching this other show because of this reason and this reason only, because this guy, I don't know Spanish. It seemed like a great show, and at the end of it, his message was the only thing more, the only thing stronger than hate is love. And at the end of the day, like, politics, again, I'm without the political part of all of it. It sucks where our country is. It sucks that last night's Super Bowl was such a crap show, and then the halftime show has to become an even bigger thing. This dude, I don't listen to him. He's the biggest artist in the world. Like, it's not just like it's numbers. Like, globally, he is the biggest artist in the world. The Super Bowl, the NFL is a global sport now. They play games in Ireland, in Germany, in Spain, in London, in Mexico, in Australia, in Brazil. Like, they play games all over the world. So you get the biggest artist in the world to perform, who puts on a show, who has a strong message, and I don't know, and people just want to be so upset about it. And that's just the country we live in right now. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get into it anymore because
it's all over the world.
All over. All over.
Back in Sabronis. All over.
You like ice cream?
Here's the thing. Yeah, chocolate chip. Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing I find funny. I have political beliefs and everything else. The funny thing is, as much as people say, shut up and play, shut up and dribble, shut up and throw, shut up and hit, it is funny how the same people that scream that won't watch a halftime show. It's just weird. Mm-hmm. It's weird. Now, granted, yes, I did go out to my hot tub. I don't really like Bad Bunny, not because of who he is. I don't know any Bad Bunny songs, and it's just not my jam. But Kid Rock's also kind of like, So I'm like, I'll just go in the hot tub, and I know people are like, wow, that's right. I'm like, yeah, you're right. If you don't like it, then
change the channel for 15 minutes or go a great time. The trash night is Sunday night. So take down your trash, go to the bathroom, say goodnight to your kid. I don't know. There's options. And listen, if there's another halftime show because it's just another halftime show on another network to watch because that's what to give you something to do, then great. But when the halftime show, the other one gets added on as like a true American thing, to try to make a mockery of somebody who's Puerto Rican, who's part of America.
It's technically American.
Not just the Americans or North America, part of the United States of America. When I don't know. And
you know what I should have done during the halftime? Should have watched some Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah. Should have watched some Leave It to Beaver.
But I didn't. I should have watched Wall-E and then checked out some Dick Hammer.
Yeah, Dick Hammer. So I don't know. Like I said, it's a hard conversation to have without showing political sides. And people that know me know my political sides and know that I'm not a big political person. I'm not. Like I have beliefs on both sides of a lot of different things that I do pay attention. I do know. I just know that we're in a world right now where there's a lot of like we choose to hate the other side on a lot of things, and it didn't have to be that way, regardless of what side you're on. It didn't have to be that way, and right now it is, and it's like, and also part of social media you're on. Twitter is like, hey, this is the greatest halftime show I've ever seen in my entire life. Facebook is like, this is the worst halftime show I've ever seen in my entire life. Instagram is like, Super Bowl's on right now. We didn't even know that because we're a bunch of 9-year-old kids. So I don't know. It's all power. It's about what you want to see and how you see it and everything. So
it's funny watching Green Day on there. Not that I particularly like Green Day.
I like Green Day growing up. I was like,
I listened to him growing up and stuff, and it is what it is. I think it's weird seeing 60-year-old guys
Canadians
that are making a bunch of money and then saying how much they hate people that have a lot of money. It's just kind of weird. Yeah. That whole thing's weird. But the one thing is, Dylan did say last week, he said, I think there's going to be a lot of field goals. He was right.
He did. He was right. There was a lot. Hey, who was your first concert you ever went to?
Oh, Christian concert or just concert? No, because I went to a concert. I think I was in like 5th grade, and there's a really big Christian group named Third Day. Okay, and people that are over 40 are like, yeah, Third Day. Yeah. They came to MVNU as a kid, and I remember I was in like the 3rd row, and I'm like, yeah, and it was that was my first like rock concert,
Yeah.
So,
when I would have been 19. I went and saw Drake. That was like my first concert. I saw that I chose to go to, or on my own bought a ticket for. I went to Drake. I've seen Kendrick live. I've seen Kanye live. I've seen Future twice. I got to see Migos before they were no longer a group. I've seen Drake 4 times, since then. So I've only ever really been to hip hop artist concerts. However, I did go to a concert.
I know what it is too.
When I was a kid,
you've told me this.
My stepmom took me and my younger brother. I probably would have been like 4th grade or 5th grade or something. She took me to Boise, Idaho for a Bowling for Soup concert, and it was awesome. Like, I loved Bowling for Soup as a kid, and so my brother and we had a great time. I really appreciate my stepmom for that, taking me. We had a good time. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Bowling for Soup was my first concert I ever got to go to.
I thought it would have been
the head dude.
I thought you would have seen Bare Naked Ladies with Dick Hammer.
Yeah, no, it was Bowling for Soup with my stepmom. No, it was fun. He talked about drinking beer a lot. That's all I remember. And the songs, like, I knew all the songs as a 5th grader. And then, but that just reminded me, because I used to listen to like Green Day and Bowling for Soup and Good Charlotte, right. And that was what I listened to. And then I got to high school and I transitioned.
You're so emo.
But now I'm old and I listen to Drake. I listen to Drake, and that's it. Drake and Lil Wayne and old Kanye. That's it anymore. So getting old.
And it's different flavors for different people, and that's okay. Yeah. And I'm not a hip hop guy, I like old school hip hop, all the stuff, but whatever, to each their own. Are we moving on to the Cameron conversation?
Yeah, CamDog's conversations. We got 7 minutes. Let's get this under an hour.
All right.
I thought this could be a 30-minute show, just talking Super Bowl, and then
I know it's turned into much more. All of a sudden, Dick Hammer becomes the mainstay. So,
Dick Hammer.
Sorry, honey. We have Dick Hammer at home.
All right, you just took what should be a PG-13 show and try to make it rated R. Explicit content. Parents advisory.
No, it's just be someone's at home vaping. Oh. Anyways, no Marlboro Man here. Okay. Best hamburger topping. Best hamburger topping.
Best cheeseburger topping, so don't have to pick cheese.
Listen, if you want to make it cheese, make it cheese. It's not cheese. No.
Listen, no, cheese makes... Stop. Just make it best cheeseburger topping. I don't eat hamburgers without cheese. Okay. I want to say a tomato. I love tomato. I love a slice of tomato. But the best cheeseburger topping is a sauce. and specifically if you make like a cane sauce, like a mayo ketchup based sauce, and you get I make a good replica cane sauce, perfect amounts of mayo, ketchup, Worcestershire, garlic, pepper, salt, mix it up. That is the best. But if you give me like a good garlic aioli or something, a sauce that brings it all together, that's the best topping. Is a good mayo based sauce. I'll go
So
mayo
for
based.
you, it's a sauce that makes a burger good.
The sauce makes this the best topping that complements the burger. That's what you asked me.
The boss is the sauce, or is
The
the
sauce
sauce
is
the
the
boss?
boss.
Yes.
Question is, how's the sauce? You wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but the kids
it's the
might.
floss.
If you're a kid and you see this TikTok and I said, question is, how's the sauce? And you know what I'm talking about, hit that follow button.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be like, who's June Cleaver? So, anyways,
Stop ruining my moments. if you know the reference, question is, how's the sauce? Hit that follow button.
slap that follow button, children. So, I can live with this. I can live with a sauce. I can live with the sauce. It's how much sauce is important, Tomato. Why tomato? What's wrong with you?
Oh, I love tomato, man. I do. I could eat tomatoes
like a big old honking tomato.
Oh yeah, slice me up some tomatoes. I could eat tomato right now like an apple.
It's like eating a booger. I hate the texture.
No, I love tomato, man. I do. I love tomato.
See, my dad was talking about he had his knee replaced, and a friend of ours went over and made him a cherry pie. Spine. My back's broken. And like they made him a cherry pie, and he's like, I love cherry pies. I'm like, I hate cherry pies. He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't like cherries because like all the medicine and stuff was cherries, so I just hate the taste and flavor of cherry. Anyways, so
Yeah, I don't like cherries, but I like cherry flavored stuff. I don't like cherries, but I like cherry flavored stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so best. This is gonna rock your world. Did you know what a Royale burger is?
No.
They put an egg on it.
I do like an egg on it. Yeah. But see, I can eat burgers without an egg. I can't eat burgers without sauce.
Oh, you're gonna have sauce. There's gonna be some sauce. You got, whether it's ketchup or mustard or mayo, whatever.
No. When you ask me this question, what I'm assuming is you're giving me a bun and a cheeseburger, and I had to put one thing on it, and I'm going sauce every time.
Well, here's the thing. With a Royale burger, you get the sauce because you get the egg yolk in it.
What if they overcook the egg?
Then I guess you take it back. You take it back. So I would what's the worst hamburger topping? Go ahead.
Pickles.
See, everyone says pickles. Why do you hate
pickle
pickles?
Fan. I like pickles. I ain't no pickle lover.
Okay. We do like Dick Hammer though. So what about So wait a minute. Is it the spice of the pickles that ruins it for you, or what is it?
No, it's just a flavor. I like dill seasoning on things sometimes, but pickle flavor, I don't know. I just not a pickle guy. Can I build you my perfect burger?
Wait, pickle potato chips? Sunflower seeds?
I can tolerate them. Not big.
Is it the
pickle,
texture?
Sunflower seeds. No,
it's not. Is it like a texture of a pickle?
No, I like cucumbers.
What about pickle spears?
No, I don't like pickles. Pickles.
Pickles. Period.
Yeah.
Well, for me, the most overrated and disgusting one. I don't like tomatoes, but too much onion. Too much onion can like steal the flavor out of a burger.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. See, I'm building my perfect burger for you right here. Okay, bun.
Go.
Give me a good brioche bun. Bun.
I love buns.
The sauce on the bottom of on the bottom bun, burger, bacon, Sorry, burger, and then give me a American cheese, melted American cheese, melted American, uh, bacon, light lettuce, light amount of lettuce. All right. Some French fries, just enough French fries.
Hold on. Are you talking shredded lettuce or like?
Yes, shredded lettuce, light amount of French fries, just enough for a crunch. Tomato, top bun, more sauce, like a good amount of the sauce. Take it and then you smash it. I don't want to smash burger. I want you to smash my burger. Best burger. It is an hour.
I never thought you'd ask.
I am ready to be done with this podcast. I want to go to bed.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, so if you're watching this, comment what is your favorite
follow button.
What is your favorite and least favorite hamburger topping? It's important stuff. This is the stuff that matters in the end.
Be sure to put it in the comment section below. Hit that follow button. Make sure you double tap on your screen to give us that like.
You just gotta double tap. That's all it is.
All right. Hey, Joe Biden, what does Jamal always tell us on his way out?
Don't wipe too hard.
Oh my God. If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch with the big dogs eat.
That's what I want.
Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.